Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft the Hard Way. I'm your host, KirinDave, and this is a interesting episode. So we're going to be doing a couple things that I've been meaning to do for a while. One of the things that you see me use a lot of is golems, but the truth is that I find them kind of tedious, and I always find that kind of to be a limitation on my builds because I have to sit down and I have to make them, and that involves a bunch of handcrafting, alchemy, and it's kind of sensitive stuff. It can go wrong even if you do it right, and if there's server lag, it's painful. I don't want to do it. So what we're going to do really quick here is we are going to run over to the Twilight Forest. My map has been reset a while ago, so we're just going to say go home there in that group. Whoa, let's get away from that. And we're going to run around and see if we can find some Silverwood trees to chop down. I have my Axe of the Stream here, highly enchanted. It should be an excellent tool. I also have a Darkcraft tool, which is easy to make, a Force-Smiths, that guarantee that we'll get several saplings so that we can start to populate our world with Silverwood trees. Now, you might be wondering, why would you do this, Dave? What does it matter? Well, Silverwood is an important part of Thaumcraft's Essentia purification process, which is what we're going to be working on. Now, a lot's happened since the last Hardway episode. A lot of it's happened in live streams and with other fans, with a lot of input from fans, which I really love. Some people have given me some great ideas. Some people have given me some feedback, and some people have given me some bad ideas, I think. So I'm going to try and put that all together and use it as I see fit. But one of the things that we've been talking about is, in general, improving my Thaumcraft. So you might notice that I'm flying around here, and I have 2 blood wands. I made some of the other ones a while ago, but I have a lot more focuses, including Shadow Beam. I've actually been experimenting with the pinnacle of Thaumcraft, Kami, and this is the very first thing I got. I made the Icorium, so I wanted to let you know that that's happening. This is actually a pretty strong focus, and it's not as strong as it can possibly get, but we're close. As you can see, it's actually in some ways stronger than the Ars Magica beams because it hits so rapidly. But I'm just going to be running around looking for some Silverwood trees in the Twilight Forest to chop down and try to harvest new stuff for. Now look at this. Meanwhile, we got some mana elementals here. Let's see if we can get them. Wow. There we go. Let's see. Silverwood trees. Well, I haven't found any Silverwood trees yet, but I think I found an area of New World Gen that happens to have some Thaumcraft stuff in it. Look at this double dungeon. It's got a Greatwood tree with probably a treasure chest around here, and then also one of these scary older things here. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can find... There's the spawner. Let's go ahead and break this, because we really don't want that. It's just useless. And nothing real. There's some mundane lengthening agents. Well, nothing else really. Well, the amber is always useful. Let's see. I wonder if this place has been raided. It looks like, interestingly enough, it hasn't been raided. So I wonder if we should... Well, let's just mark it. Another maze. And we'll keep going. Gotta find some Silverwood. Found another one of those Greatwood trees. This one has an extra staff of traveling and portal spawners. And a whitestone. That's pretty cool. Hey. Hey, leave me alone. You might see me teleporting here, and that is because is it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not quite used to that yet. You might see me teleporting here, and that's because this is a hat that's Baba Yaga's hat. I managed to get her to spawn after a lot of work in one of the live streams, and so now whenever I'm hit, there's a small chance of teleportation. Not only that, we can get rid of this, but these whitestones are valuable, and these lengthening catalysts are much more valuable. Cool. Not only that, but it also increases the chance of potion brewing, netting extra potions. So, you know, between all that, we actually have a pretty good setup here. And interesting, there appears to be a gray unbreaking brick. This must be a fairy fountain. And we could use a bomb to break into this, but I don't think that we will. We're still looking for a Silverwood tree. Another place of absolute devastation. This looks like Bebop and Ridge Dog's work. This looks like a warhead went off and bombed a building. How troublesome. Well, I struck out in the Twilight Forest, but I did manage to find one in a magical forest near my house. So I guess we'll go with this one. Look, we found a bunch of Shimmerleaf too. This is good. This is good. All right, so let's first go ahead and strip this thing of its saplings, like so. Oh, all these witches. All these aggressive witches. Well, miss... Or sir. Again, I don't know. I'm afraid that I can't play with you right now. I'm busy harvesting rare components. for magic you don't even understand. Let's see, so far we've gotten 2. Are we going to get lucky and get any more? Looks like we've gotten a little bit more lucky. Maybe we can just start making a forest. These look pretty good in our native biome. So let's see if we can just finish clearing these out. And 5 saplings. Thank you very much, Thaumcraft. You make this a lot easier. Now, let's go ahead and use our axe of the stream to just chop this down. Really, really great. I fear I'm being assaulted by witches. Even as I do this. Fortunately, I'm relatively protected against poison. Ah, it appears there's a witch's hut over here. Well, I hope that I'm not going to be killing her friends, because I may have to go back and treat with her. Now, what about some shears? Let's see if we can get a pair of shears out here. Because we'd like to pick up these shimmer leaves, too. They're actually pretty useful. There we go. We can pick up these shimmer leaf. Also, I'm not sure that I've actually scanned these things. Oh, no, I have. Okay. Ugh. Because I kind of brute forced my way through the Thaumcraft research by harvesting Pesh for their knowledge fragments and then reading those, you know, it's been a little bit tricky. Anyways, so I also brought out my Hoe of Growth. The Hoe of Growth is one of the few instruments that can actually force a Silverwood to grow. So we're going to repeat this process a few times just to make sure that we get a nice amount of Silverwood wood, because it is unfortunately not a very dense tree. And we'll, of course, continue to harvest the saplings, so we have a great supply of those as well. All right, so now if we go ahead and take a look in here under Silverwood, we'll see that we have over a stack of logs, a few planks, and also a whole lot of Silverwood saplings, 33, which is just an incredible amount. Not only that, but we have about 14 shimmerleaf, which is a good start. It's a good start. All right, and of course our axe has repair 2 on it, so it'll surely be coming back together. We should probably put repair 2 on this Hoe of Growth. I didn't really think about it, but I should. Fortunately, this is an easy one to add this to, because there's only one possible enchantment, and it will not overtax our wand. But yeah, so what we're going to do next is start to apply some of this new technology I've been researching in Thaumcraft. Now, one of the things we're going to make is a better tool than the Blood Wand for traveling around. Now, the reason is that while the Blood Wand has been really great for us, we're starting to use our blood pool more and more for power throughout the base, and it's actually hard to keep up without multiple altars. We're going to move my altar soon, in the next few episodes. But I was thinking that maybe with all these Ars Magica levels, which I'm not always using, maybe I could build a Witchwood staff core. I put together a Pure Essence, and I put together several of these as well. So maybe in a little bit we'll go through and do this. I think I have almost everything I need on hand. We make 2 Witchwood wands, and then we can put them together, and we'll make some Vintium caps. And that will allow us to not overtax our blood network, which really has more important things to do than charging up for, like, our enchants are great, right? But let's face it, we've got better things to do. And, you know, we could still use these for enchantments, but not necessarily for wand focuses, which I'm finding myself using more and more. But before we get to that, let's not get sidetracked. We will do that soon. What we'd like to take a look at is, in alchemy, we can actually automate the process of alchemy. What we can do is build these alchemical constructs over a crucible. With a fair amount of Ordo, Aqua, and a little bit of Ignis, we can actually build a machine that automates the process of alchemy for us. So let's take a look at what we need to do to build this. Really not that much, with the exception of we have to build a fair number of these Essentia valves, Greatwood planks, and 2 V-filters. These V-filters are required. Let's see if we can pull those up. I think that they're under this. No. They're under this section. Essentia distillation. Yeah. So this is why we needed a whole bunch of Silverwood logs, because we need to make a lot of V-filters. So let's go ahead and grab a stack of gold. Actually, we'll request it and we'll walk over there. Let's grab a stack of gold and 32 Silverwood logs. And let's see if we can just make a lot of V-filters for use upcoming. So let's see, this one's got probably enough to use it. Let's go ahead and get these in place. 24 should be enough for now. We'll have to use both wands to actually make this, as it is quite expensive. But that's fine. We'll just hold on to them for now. So with those in mind, let's also go ahead and make our Essentia tubing. Now we have to make sure to hold our wands so that they do regenerate their energy. And by the way, yay, point of aqua. Have an awful lot there. let's go ahead and see what we need to make the tubing, which we're going to need a fair number of now that we have these V filters. Let's see. This is also fairly straightforward. We just need a little bit of quicksilver, some iron ingots, and we also have advanced Essentia tubes, which allow us to do things like filter or add restrictions, or also allow us to make only one direction. Those are pretty useful as well. In addition, we can also make valved Essentia tubes by adding a lever, which is extremely useful. Now these tubes look pretty cool. I just need to grab the things I need to make a few more of them. Right, and it probably behooves me to really quick put on some stuff that actually reduces the cost of these overall. It's in one of my bags, which I've been holding in my ender chest. I have this wonderful ender rift wand that allows me a little bit of extra private storage that, you know, in the event that I die, nothing bad happens. There they are. I've managed to make some fairly nice Thaumcraft stuff, so let's go ahead and swap over to that for now. This is a Sanguine helmet. This is just some regular Thaumcraft boots enchanted up to the 9s and also infused naturally so that we have the best outcome possible for that. Let's see. There we go. Couldn't see the pants. And let's go ahead and toss these things in here. Always good to keep our gear in good repair. We're not nearly so set up for combat or for necromancy right now, but we get a 8 plus another 10, 12, 13% discount on everything, which actually makes a pretty big difference for large bulk purchases like this. So let's go ahead and pull all these out. We have 54 of the tubes now. We could, in fact, do a little bit more of this. All right. Let's just toss the iron back in the other spare pieces back in the system. And we'll continue. So next thing we're going to want to do is make those mnemonic matrices. Unfortunately, NEI is not so helpful with these parts, but we should be able to make these. They are not too complicated. We need to get some greatwood planks, Essentia tubes, and some Essentia valves. So let's see, we need 4 Essentia tubes. Let's see, if we want to make 2, then let's go ahead and make 2 switch valves right now. We'll actually need to make a double batch of them. And we have to do this with some wanding. Wanding required, as usual. I was sort of hoping that it wouldn't be. Let's go like this. Yeah, there we go. Let's pull those through. And let's see. Let's go ahead and arrange the pieces we need. 1, and like so. Now we just need 2 greatwood planks, which I can easily grab some greatwood logs for. These are much more plentiful. And 2 alchemical constructs. Now, the last thing we need before we go and do this is we need a little bit of iron. So let's go ahead and grab enough iron. Basically, what we need to do is make a cauldron. The standard vanilla cauldron will be fine. Because what we do is we tap this with our wand, really basic Thaumcraft, and we get what we need. So let's just go find a temporary place to put this. How about if we go down here, and we can put it on the other side of this stuff for now. Yeah, right over here would be good for the moment. We'll fix this up later. Now, don't worry about other things like power requirements just yet. We'll get to that, what we might want to do with the power lines, but we're close enough. We're also close to our sorting system, which will be important in just a minute. Let's just go ahead and make this an actual cauldron, right? And there we go. We should now, if we tap this, have an alchemical construct. How cool is that? Pretty cool. Right-clicking this will actually give us the opportunity to show recipes. All we have to do is basically give it a template item, a template recipe, and it will come back with things we need. Now, of course, what we'd also like to do is make some special tubes. If we put in some tubes like this, and like this is the input. So the way that alchemy works in general is that we put some tubes in that we need, and then we put some essentia in that we need from various objects, and then we put in a catalyst, and that makes the new object. Now, that's cool for the cauldron upstairs, but for this system, which is different, all we have to do is give it pure essentia for the thing we want. Now, for example, let's pop upstairs with our blink spell, and let's grab something that we need. Now, one of the first things we need for making golems is we need the application of Nitor. Nitor is a core component for all golems. Fortunately, we've got an awful lot of this essentia here. So let's grab some of this. Now the other thing we need is a whole bunch of the light-based essentia, which we can get from torches. So let's go ahead and make just a load of torches. And we're going to melt those down and put those in their own setup. Now, this is obviously a manual setup for the moment, but that's not how we're going to leave it for very long. In fact, we're going to rather rapidly make this system automated, because what we can do is build more of these systems, arcane alembics, and set them up so that they automatically melt things down for us. Now, arcane alembics are smart. They stop melting things if, and only if, they can't put them into any alembic. So they'll actually limit themselves and not overcharge themselves. So long as we're careful about everything else, we can actually make this work pretty well. So let's get our torches so that we can make all of the, there we go. Let's make a nice fat stack of torches, which each one has its own aspect point. And this is a very pure recipe. I could have used glowstone, but I chose not to. Let's see, do we have anything we can get rid of? Because right now we're, oh no, we'll use, what's a good one to get rid of? Oh, actually we have some air, we have a lot of earth. Let's go ahead, you know what we could do? So there's these nice quantum jars here, which I made with Technomancy for an experiment. And the problem with the quantum jars is that if you move them, they lose their contents. But that's actually not a problem, because we have interesting ways to move things without losing their contents. So let's go ahead and grab this. We have some essentia tubes on hand. So let's go ahead and add a lever tube here. Is that a switch tube? Essentia tube, and then... Did we run out of... Did we just leave it in the other thing? Oh, I guess I didn't make it yet. Let me just make it really fast. There we go, an extra essentia valve, no problem. The valve is pretty useful for us because it will let us basically turn on and off this setup. So we go like this. Well, first of all, listen to this noise. So good. And that's off, this is on, and you can tell because of how far it goes out. It would be better if it actually was a little bit cleaner than that, but what we're going to do instead of having this golem shunt things out is we're going to actually just have it automatically dump into this quantum jar, which can really hold quite a lot. Oh, looks like he's going to go off and do his own thing anyways. That's annoying. Now we'll leave this on. And we are going to, what we're actually going to do is stop this guy for a moment. So we're just going to grab our wand and right-click him for, well, no, actually we have to use a Golemancer's Bell, don't we? It has changed. Friend. There we go.